What's going on? Let's talk about grit today. Move my little crabby thermostat out of here. You got to have grit in life if you want to succeed. What is grit, right? It's about the whole toughness. Are you able to just maintain that level of pressure intensity during tough times? A phrase my dad always told me is when the going gets tough, the tough get going, right? So to me, that emphasizes grit a ton, right? I don't care if you're the David Goggins fan and you're talking about running an ultra marathon or running 250 miles or more like he does. It takes grit to be able to do those, and that can train you to have more grit or resilience, right? Because you're gonna dig deep. You're gonna have some demons pop up in your mind where it says you want to quit, right? Like recently, I ran a 15 mile and I think it was like 115 degrees, and it was brutal. And it was the first time I ever ran that far of a distance. Uh, and there's many times where my brain was like, stop, you're dying. My body got so hot, it just got so overheated. I was just like, what do I focus on? I'm going to focus on one foot in front of the other. Just keep going, right? Like little Nemo, like keep going, whatever she says in that movie. I forget, I probably butchered it. Let's keep going, or keep swimming, whatever it is. But anyway, you have to find that mantra inside your head that's going to inspire you internally, right? That makes you go after your goals, right? So many people, and again, like you guys know, like I'm coaching JV basketball. So many kids nowadays will play hard when they're either guarding the ball or off the ball. And then as soon as they make a pass, they just stop playing. Or when somebody else shoots, they just look at it and watch that ball go and they don't try to get a rebound. So not everybody's going to be a 30-point scorer. Like I used the worm for an example, and I just read an awesome article on Dennis Rodman, who's known as a word. They thought Phil Jackson said he was probably more athletic than Michael Jordan. I know it sounds crazy, but if you break it down, he was a 6'7" player, not that heavy. I think he weighed 220. I'm not totally sure. You can fact check that. Um, but he played power forward to center. He even guarded Jordan when Detroit won the finals and beat Chicago and all that stuff. I'm not sure if they won the finals that year, but anyway, they did win and beat Chicago. Obviously, they did win a finals. But then he guarded Shaq, shut down Shaq, Karl Malone. So remarkable player, amazing athlete. If you think about it, 6'7", he's going against guys who's 7 feet tall, and he's getting 20 rebounds a game, and he's guarding the best defenders. He can guard anywhere from the point guards all the way up to the big man. There was a thing where I guess Rodman was out partying like he always does, and the Bulls, Phil was like, "Hey, we're gonna make run everybody run," and Phil Jackson and Michael's telling this story about how they do this drill where they're all running in a line, and whoever gets to that front of the line, they can't stop until somebody passes them, catches up to them, and then Phil will blow the whistle again and they start. Well, I think Michael said, hey, let's all just get to a slow jog walk pace and then just jog all day. Like, let's not make this difficult. Well, I guess Rodman hit to that front of the pack and just took off. This guy was in amazing shape always. There's some other stories with Shaq will tell you, like, he was just like come in with chicken, 40 minutes on step mill, and then go play a 40-minute game, never get tired, just insane cardiovascular stamina, just an insane athlete. But anyway, it took them 4 laps to finally catch Rodman. They're just like, this guy is always in shape. They could always count on him from a physical standpoint, a defense standpoint, and doing all the dirty work when it comes to like playing the game of basketball, right? He's going to dive on the floor. He's going to get rebounds. He's going to defend. Like, as a coach or anybody in life, that's the people we're looking for. The people that are going to be resilient and show that grit. When there's a deadline at work, they're going to show up and get it done. They're going to, outperform their workout. If there's something going on at work, they're going to be the one that does it. So I think there's another phrase like busy, always ask a busy person to get something done, because busy people know how to get stuff done. People who don't do anything ever, I don't want to throw that word lazy out there, but people who are, typically lazy, don't perform well. Like always underperform, don't ever ask them to do anything, because they're going to do that for you too. So you have to know that if you go to a high performer, they're going to always get stuff done, and they're going to want more because they want to continue to increase their level of performance. Most people don't want to increase the level of performance because they don't have that grit to challenge themselves and look at themselves as being like, yeah, you know what? I do need to work harder. I do need to put more hours in. If I want to be great at this, I need to. Most people want to coast in life. Most people like being comfortable, right? When you have that level of grit where it doesn't matter what it takes, you'll get in a cold plunge at, you know, 40, 30 degrees on a daily basis, because of what it does. It builds that resilience in you, it builds that grit, and also helps with recovery. You'll go to the gym and work out as hard as possible and give everything you have to it, and you're going to get so much more in results than you even put in. The problem is most people go in and they think they can do the bare minimum and reap the rewards and expect, like, not to hurt, not to push. Not saying to do it inappropriately. Obviously, you can do that too, and you can do too much. But you got to be willing to push yourself in all areas, stretch yourself, right? When it comes to relationships, when it comes to, right, like looking back on my life, some of my worst things that have ever happened to me has turned out to be some of the best. It has made me a better person. It's made me overcome obstacles. It's made me better with my children. It's made me a better parent. It's made me want to research and dive into, better content, a better in life with my friends and family, all of the above. Am I perfect? By no means. Do I need to continually push myself and put myself around people that are going to challenge me? Yeah. Because if I don't, right, like David Goggins calls it the foxhole, right? Get people surround you that constantly challenge you to level you up, right? Stop being comfortable. Stop with the status quo. Step up your game, right? If you want to invest in real estate, like I'm part of a multi-family real estate uh, um, mastermind, and we get in there, we challenge yourself, and what properties we're going to invest in, what things we're going to do, what are we going to learn, and then you got to just take the leap. You got to take the leap of faith, because you will make mistakes, guaranteed, in life. You're going to make mistakes, but if you have the grit to fight through it and be like, okay, cool, this was a bust, I totally lost a bunch of money on this, but you're going to learn a ton in the process. So the more you just do and even just suffer through it and make mistakes, the better off you'll be, because you'll learn from it, you'll grow from it. You can't let life beat you up. You have to get that grit to overcome it, right? When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. That goes to my father, right? Like, he instilled a hard work ethic with me. He's no longer with us. I wish him the best. There's so many things from a grit standpoint and a mental standpoint that he taught me, from telling me stories that happened in his life. And I just want to instill, whatever you do, have that grit, fight at every stage. And I don't mean fight, but like fight to perform more, well, don't fart, fight to be better, fight to push yourself, fight to learn more, you know, constantly grind at whatever you're doing to achieve whatever you want. Right? Here's to your success. I'm ready to get out of this thing. If you have any comments to say below, feel free to write them. If you have any content, things that you want me to talk about, again, put them in the comments. We have coaching, accountability, all that stuff. Help in all areas of your business and life down below in links. You don't need to do anything. Just let me know if this is hitting home and what else you want to hear. Take care. Wish you the best.